Hey, 7th graders. This is Miss Erin, and I am making a screencast to kind of show you how I created my presentation slides, so hopefully that can help you with yours. So what I'm going to do is go through the checklist as I go through each slide. So in the first slide, slide number 1, I need my title, my name, and my ELA block. And so I put my title here in a speech bubble, and my name and my block. So I have all of that done. So what I can do is go ahead and highlight all of that yellow, because that tells me that it's completed. And so in order to reach mastery in this slide number 1, I need to create an interesting background or image and come up with a title that sparks curiosity. So my topic is about vegetarianism, and I didn't really want to have my title be "You should be a vegetarian." So I came up with this title instead. Save the world and yourself, eat tofu. And then I have a picture of a cow that's very happy if you become a vegetarian. Okay, there was one reference that I need to document, and I just went ahead and I put that website for this cow picture in my notes down below. So that's slide number 1. And if I was going through this, I would just go ahead and highlight all of that yellow. Okay, background information about my topic. So in slide number 2, I don't want to include my claim just yet, but I did choose to define vegetarianism, define my topic, and I included an image. So here's the definition. I got it from WebMD, and I did an in-text citation for this. So my in-text citation says, "Vegetarian and vegan diets explained." And I actually did this wrong, because when I do an MLA style in-text citation, I actually don't need those italics. What I do need to do is put the article in quotation marks. If I had the author's name or a page number, I would put that in the parentheses, but all I really had for this was the title of the article. So that's what I did. Okay, so that's slide number 2, and then let's go to slide number 3. So slide number 3, all I need to do is write my claim. And then I'm trying to come up with a controversial or original claim and include an interesting background or image. So before I move on to that, I think I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of this yellow. And then we'll go to slide 3. Okay, slide 3. My claim is, if you want to live a long, healthy life and you want the same for the planet, you should consider becoming a vegetarian. So it's basically simple. I'm saying you should consider becoming a vegetarian, and I give you some reasons at the beginning of this, and then I have an image. It's a pretty strong opinion, because I'm suggesting that you should be a vegetarian and change your entire diet. My claim might be controversial to my audience, because I'm guessing most of you are not vegetarians. And my background or image, it relates to my claim. I don't know that it's all that great right now, but I'm going to say that it's done. I'm going to leave this blank, because maybe I want to go back and change that image later. But for now, I did put my notes at the bottom of my, I did put my reference at the bottom in my notes. Okay, let's go on to slides 4, 5, and 6. So these are all set up the same, because they're all about the reasons. So slide 4, I have it set up like this. I have my reason number 1 and 2 pieces of evidence. And my reason is based on a fact, and I'm hoping that it will convince my audience. So I can highlight that. And the reason is, a vegetarian diet can help you live longer. I included 2 pieces of evidence. The first one is a direct quote, and I have my quotation marks, and I'm using my I'm using my reporting verbs according to, and then I have my in-text citation, MLA style, at the end. And then in my second piece of evidence, all I'm doing is paraphrasing this one. So I'm getting an expert's opinion, Dr. Dean Ornish, and what he found out about heart disease. and vegetarianism, and this is from the article Why Go Veggie. So in my notes section, I have this website listed. I have my second website listed, and then I have the image of the heart at the very bottom. Okay, so let's go through this and see if I did it right. I do have that first one done. I asked myself, will this reason make my claim believable? Well, I think so. A vegetarian diet can help you live longer. My evidence is quoted and paraphrased. So I can highlight this. And lastly, am I able to explain how the evidence supports my reasons? Okay, so this one, I haven't done that in this slide, and I'm probably not going to. The reason is because when I explain how the evidence supports my reasons, I'm going to be doing that during my presentation. So I'm not really worried about writing an entire paragraph in this section. I'm just writing down the two types of evidence, and then later on I'm going to explain that evidence. So I'm going to leave that actually not highlighted at all. Okay, are my reasons explained clearly? Did I use sources that are credible? Does my evidence strengthen my claim? I did use a mix of direct quotes, paraphrasing, and summarizing. So that's good. I did include in-text citations for my evidence. And I did include a background image that represents what I'm talking about. So I have that. Okay, let's look at the evidence really quick. So really what I have to do is ask myself, does my evidence match my reason? Again, my reason is a vegetarian diet can help you live longer. So my evidence needs to talk about a vegetarian diet and living longer. So the first piece of evidence says, according to the harvardhealth.edu, hundreds of studies suggest that eating lots of fruits and vegetables can reduce the risk of developing certain cancers. And there's evidence that vegetarians have a lower incidence of cancer than non-vegetarians. So it doesn't directly say that vegetarians live longer, but I can infer that a vegetarian isn't going to die of cancer or is less likely to die of cancer than a non-vegetarian. So I would explain that. During my presentation. Okay, and then my second piece of evidence comes from my expert, Dr. Dean Ornish, a physician, found evidence that vegetarians have been able to reduce the risk of heart disease. So again, he's not saying directly that your diet will help you live longer, but you will reduce or reverse your risk of heart disease. So if you don't have heart disease, you're probably going to live longer. Okay, so that is my evidence for reason number one. And I think I did a pretty good job of strengthening my claim. And I think I did a pretty good job of supporting my claim. Lastly, what I'm looking for is that you use sources that are credible. So if you guys are able to see this, maybe not. Anyway, I use harvard.edu, I use a .org, an organization, and then my picture, it's a picture from Google. I can't really say if it's the most credible source or not, but it definitely does pertain to my slide. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself yellow on this section as well. Alrighty. Come on. No, that doesn't want to make it yellow. Okay, so reason number 2 and reason number 3 are basically the same. Oh, I forgot to put reason number 3 here. So my reason number 3 is vegetarian, oh my gosh, diets help keep the planet healthy. And then I have a picture of my healthy planet. Okay, and so I kind of went through the same thing with these pieces of evidence for slide number 2 and slide number 3. And that's basically it. So if you have any questions, you can email me. Otherwise, I will take a look at slides 1 through 6 when you are back from break. Bye.